What is up, Gemini friends? Welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. Happy December, happy Sagittarius season, and happy soon-to-be Capricorn season. Happy holidays, whatever you celebrate. So happy to have you here on my channel, guys. We are going to do your December into January love readings. Hooray for love. Let there be love and light. I am such a cornball. Okay, anyways, as always, welcome, guys. Happy to have you. We are doing general messages here on my channel. Not everything I say will resonate with all the Geminis out there. Please use your best and highest intuition to separate the messages that you feel are, wow, you got poppers, that you feel are meant for you, Gemini. Anything that doesn't resonate or fit your story, you can drop it like it's hot. You can release that energy. That means it's probably a message for somebody else. That being said, I always encourage you guys to come into this with an open heart and an open mind. Not everything I say will resonate, but sometimes messages will resonate in the future, in a few days, weeks, even months. So if something clicks later down the line, congratulations, it was your message. Take it and run with it. Yeah, we're here to have some fun. If you don't currently have a person, this could represent someone coming in or somebody from the past. Could represent a family member, right? Love is a very broad umbrella. So we'll see what we get for Gemini. Good Lord, I don't even know where to put your cards. They're flying everywhere. All right, let's do that. We'll take a couple more for Gemini in love, December into January. I hope everyone is well. We're closing out the year, you guys. I can't believe it. It's almost 2020. Gemini's in love, Gemini's in love. One more card. Gemini's in love, Gemini's in love. Everything about this video is in the description box below, including the decks I'm using as well as my social media. Check me out on The Intuitive Teacup on Facebook and Instagram. Last thing I just want to say is thank you so much for showing up to this channel and supporting me, you guys. I finally reached 1,000 subscribers, which is super exciting for me, so thank you. I couldn't have done it without you. I'm going to stop rambling. We're going to get into your reading. All right, your energy, Gemini, presenting into December, into the new year, potentially, is Eight of Wands. Rapid and swift action. I really like that. Something about this card is very, like, presenting, like, in all... I heard stars and stripes. That's not what I was going to say, but I don't know if that means something to someone. Presenting, like, in all your glitz and glamour and pride and glory, maybe. Very interesting. And I mean, with wand energy, it's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, it's fire signs. So yeah, very like kind of Queen of Wands energy, commanding the room, lighting up the room when you enter. Granted, this is like a darker tarot deck. It's Tarot de la Nuit, meaning of the night. So yeah, it's a darker shade, but look, it's like you're emanating the light, like it's coming from right out of you, right behind you. Interesting. I like it. It's a great card. Eight of Wands. It's specifically a card of Sagittarius. The Eight of Wands, we always think of arrows shooting through the air, like from the archer's bow, right, as he pulls back. So yeah, like launching into something new, launching into success. It could be a career, right? I'm reading for love, but whatever suits ya. Mother of Wands. Well, there we go. I was just saying Queen of Wands energy. Yeah. Again, you have a presence. You command the room. The Queen of Wands, I always say, is the word. And I want to be clear. Queen of Wands is the same as Mother of Wands in this deck, just for anybody who isn't super familiar. Queen of Wands is the work hard, play hard queen. She puts in the energy, the effort, the passion. That is the wand suit. But then wands can also be our career, our hard work. I'm sorry, our career, our hard work. But wands can also be, you know, fun, joyous, passion, flirtation, what excites us, what motivates us. So again, work hard, play hard. There's a really great dynamic of potentially celebrating your accomplishments. Now, what does that have to do with love? Let's find out. Let's throw some clarifiers on it. But your energy is coming from a really powerful place. And ultimately, with wands in a love reading, it's like there's passion here. Not only is there some passion, there's the Queen of Passion is the underlying energy for progressing and pushing something forward. Eight of Wands can also be travel. Maybe some of you are traveling to meet the ones you love, or you're going to meet someone you love, you know? This could go in a couple different directions. Let's see, what do I want to throw on it? We'll do the old Rider-Waite. Why not? I'm just gonna shuffle this one real quick. Ooh, you do have, oh wow, okay. So bottom of your deck here, oh wow, Gemini, okay. Before I even get into it really, you have the Ace of Wands, so a brand new beginning. This wouldn't probably be someone you've met before, but somebody you may meet at a social gathering with Three of Cups card of Aries, Leo, Sag, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Yeah, like coming together in joy, celebration, you know, toasting in the new year or at Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate, some sort of friendly social gathering. There may be like a spark of love, I like a chance connection, and then you have your card, the Fool. Wow, this is the same card twice, the Eight of Wands. It's like So I will say with this, there almost is a small warning of head over heels, jump or leaping before you look. Something about the Fool. It's like you jump right off in kind of like this, this like dreamer state, this dreamer energy of like you meet in the middle. You know, you cross paths, and all of a sudden it's like, isn't this glorious? Isn't it wonderful? And like there's rapid and swift action into maybe a new beginning with this person. But okay, so what I was getting at is like, look before you leap. Don't do anything super drastic and get really carried away in this, like, you know, maybe you're a little bit inebriated, right? Maybe you got some booze in your system, and you're more likely to be like, I really like you, and kind of go head over heels a bit. This is saying restrain yourself, refrain from that. There is love here, right? I mean, literally the Knight of Love, the Knight of Cups is poking his head out for a reason here. But this is also saying like, keep some things to yourself. You don't need to overshare at this point. If this connection is going to be a strong one, and I mean, I'll be honest with you, you have great cards here, but it is new. So, I mean, like all new things, it's not going to be an overnight success, whether this is a career spread for you or for love. Great cards. You may be meeting a fire sign or an earth sign or even a water sign. I'll be honest with you. They're all here except for air. But here you are, Gemini. You got your own cards. So, again, that is confirmation to me. You're strong in your energy, but we know that because you're presenting as the fire queen, right? And same depiction in that this is a snake protecting her nest of eggs. It's sort of what this is saying. This isn't always my favorite card, but in this situation, I actually like it a lot because it's saying protect your assets, protect what you hold close, dear to you. It could be being very protective of your family, of your children. If a new person is being added into the mix, there's something about loyalty coming through here. Maybe you're bringing like a new boyfriend or girlfriend or whoever into like the family dynamic at Christmas. There is something about being protecting them, or vice versa, protecting your family, not immediately. It's funny, the expression, don't put all your eggs in one basket. There's a duality here of like loyalty and the ones you love. And I mean, ultimately it's being presented as a 3, right? So I don't know if this indicates a lot of alone time with your person. Again, social situations is coming up here. Sorry guys, my camera froze. So it might be a little bit of work kind of introducing this person into the family dynamic or the group dynamic, however that lands for you, but it's also going to be a lot of fun. Maybe that's why the work hard, play hard queen is coming up, but you got movement going on here. You have the 8 of Wands twice. So rapid, swift action, right? Maybe with a Sagittarius, if that means anything to anyone, but yeah, whew. Passion and like a solid offer. I like that. So I pulled like so many cards for you, but your deck was just like screaming out to me. So I don't even know where to put all these. Good Lord, Gemini. You had messages. You had lots to say. So yeah, energy is powerful. Let's look at your person. Again, this could be someone coming in, someone from your past. Could be someone you already know. The Sun. All right, so the card of Leo. A beautiful card. In any deck, it's never a bad thing to get the Sun card. It talks about regrowth, renewal, joy, happiness, simplicity, the idea of warmth, being around the people you love, people who literally provide that sort of light and that warmth, that caring, nurturing energy in your life. And someone who's willing to fight for it too. I mean, it is the card of Leo, the lion, right? It can be ferocious in its desire to accomplish what it wants. And I'm saying it, right? Your person potentially. Underlying energy for that is, wow, the Father of Cups and the Daughter of Swords. So this is the King of Cups in this deck. And the Daughter of Swords is the Page of Swords. All right, so let you look at those here. There's the underlying energy for your Sun person. So they're an interesting balance of fire and water, right? With fire being the sun and then water. This is typically a card of, the water. This is typically a card of Scorpio. It could also be Cancer or Pisces. Someone who has a great wealth of love and emotions. And someone who's very, very wise in who they give it to. It's probably because this person has been burned before. They've maybe been through some difficult situations where they've had their heart broken, and they've had to do a tremendous amount of not only rebuilding in their life, but it's funny. It's presenting as like they're a student of thought for their own emotions and for their own happiness. So the fact that they're presenting with a major arcana and the King of Cups in a love spread, the King of Love, I really like that. And again, there's something about a duality here. the phrase birds of a feather flock together. Also, like the light and the dark, there's a really beautiful balance of the work this person has done, and it's internal work. And I do want to say, because they're being presented like with this rose, right? We think of like the offer of love. Yeah, it's like this person may be back out on the dating scene, and maybe that's why they're presenting as the ace to you, Gemini, because they are starting to look, they are seeing the light, they are maybe seeing the error of their ways. And by that I mean, you know, they've probably been a student of love at some point. They've probably had to learn a tremendous amount of lessons, again, about how they love themselves as well as others, and what it is that they truly desire in romantic partnership. Their cards are fantastic, though. They're super great. Let's throw one of these on it. Actually, no, I'm gonna hold these to what's in between you. Let's do one of these. Why not? Kawaii Tarot. The Four of Wands. Oh, damn. Did you just get the soulmate card? Well, they did anyway. Yeah, I think this person's looking for their soulmate. And there is something about refraining here. It's like they are out looking, presenting to themselves, but they're not chasing it. It's in a weird way, it's like they're letting it come to them, and it's not a dynamic of playing hard to get. It's accepting things as they are, and sort of, okay, you know what it is? It's having a greater faith in the universe. When the right person comes along, they'll know. It's like they got that rose saved in their pocket to make that presentation, right? Male or female, right? This is all a metaphor, but like they have it like locked and loaded at their hip to, like, you know, maybe shoot the arrows of love, right? This kind of great Cupid dynamic with the Sagittarian card here. But yeah, that rose is there if they want to extend the offer, if they want to make it, but they're in no rush, because ultimately they're not looking to play head games. They're not looking to be on like this fact-finding mission to try and understand you. It's like when it's true love, they'll feel it, because again, their underlying energy is King of Cups. When he feels love, he knows it. He doesn't have to overanalyze it. It's very intuitive for that person. So yeah, ultimately it's like they're looking for their soulmate. And I mean, this is such a cute depiction. They're looking for their sweetheart, their little lollipop. Maybe that's a nickname for some of you. Yeah, that's super cute. Yeah, your person has great energy. Gemini, crushing it. All right, so let's see what's between you two potentially. The Two of Pentacles. And like, let's just appreciate this card for a second. I think it's a Cinderella depiction. Am I wrong? Right, with the little coach in the back. This deck is great. Why don't I use it more, guys? Yeah, so the Two of Pentacles is the building, right? We go from, actually, it's really beautiful. We go from one, the extension, which is like the seed to, you know, the tree, the acorn to the tree, the seed to the flower, something that can begin to grow. And look, it does. It starts to grow. It goes from 1 to 2. So there's progress here. There's progress in the relationship, literally going up the steps, right? Like ascending into maybe, I don't even want to say like a serious relationship, because again, it's the Two of Pentacles. This could be something that potentially stands the test of time and goes long term, but it is presenting as very new, and I will say very fun. It's not, I hesitate to say don't take it too seriously, but kind of. There is that relationship, or that tendency to rush in. That's what I was saying. Spirit is guiding you not to. Look before you leap. Be a little bit protective of your energy. You don't need to be guarded, but again, you don't need to put all your eggs in one basket right now. You don't need to invest all your time and all your energy and all your money and all your love in this one person, because again, I don't think they're going to like that anyway. They are being guided by their heart and by their emotions. So if they feel it with you, Gemini, they will make it known. They will extend that offer. And if they don't, if you feel like you're having to fight for their attention, this might not be the one. This might be someone, again, who socially they're fun to hang out with. You know, you do this, you do that, but yeah, take it slow. That is the advice or guidance coming here, but there's absolutely potential to build. And with that moon, again, it's about following your intuition. If something doesn't feel right, that's because it's not. But then the opposite is true too. Glass half full. If something feels like there's potential, well, why not pursue it, right? Why not move forward with that person and see what kind of relationship you could potentially build with them? All right. Underlying energy for what's between you. You have the Five of Cups. Interesting. All right. And you also have, wow, the Ten of Swords. How interesting. All right, let me get the messages here. Because I'll be honest, both of these are a little bit grim cards. I mean, especially this one, right? Just from the depiction. But let's see. Okay, so what this is saying to me instantly is don't fall back on unhealthy patterns. The Five of Swords is like the total eclipse of the heart. It's cups in the past have been spilled, meaning our love, our emotions, our heart space. Something has tainted you in the past, and there is a tendency to sometimes focus on the past and either remain stuck to that sadness, but also what's coming up here though is rose-tinted glasses. Just something about looking back and thinking in the past, that's as good as it will ever be. I don't deserve anymore, or, you know, I'll never find love like I used to have. That is absolutely saying it's not true. I don't know what to tell you with all these aces. This is new beginnings, new. So there's a tendency to look on the past. And with this, Ten of Swords is one of your cards, actually, Gemini. It's air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Our thoughts weigh so heavily on us, it feels like a mental death. It's not literal, but a mental death of sorts. It's closing out a cycle that didn't end the way you wanted it to, but again, like closing out the cycle, making peace with it mentally, internally, so that you're opening yourself up to new doors of opportunity. Literally, right? That's what she's headed towards. And yeah, Five of Cups, it's literally glass half full or half empty. How are you going to choose to look at this situation? With a five, it's awkward. Fives are ultimately elements of change and chaos, right? There's an unbalance. So something about unhealthy thoughts, or it's unhealthy thoughts tied to difficult emotions of the past. What's trumping that is seeking out new opportunities. I do want to say that. This is coming up as energy that you potentially have already conquered, but there is like this little, I'm almost getting like judgment vibes, like these little, maybe you haven't felt this way about a person since this last person had entered your life months ago, years ago, weeks ago, whatever it was. So now you're having these little upsets of emotion, both good and bad, but something about you is fearful that it's going to end in the same way that the last relationship did. And this is saying look optimistically. And again, trust your intuitions, trust your emotions. Certainly if there are red flags popping up that are telling you, be guarded, right? Don't overshare, don't overextend to this person, because if they start to take advantage of it, then those red flags, again, your intuition, that's popping up for a reason. Because it does seem like, you know, you don't want to repeat history if that's what your history looks like. I mean, it feels heavy. I feel these cards. It's very like much a card of sadness. Like it almost looks like the idea of like attending a funeral or literally putting something to rest. Some of you may have been with another Gemini in the past, and either it didn't go well or they broke your heart, or vice versa. Maybe you had to break up with them and you still have feelings of like guilt and remorse about it. This is sort of highlighting, make sure you've healed wounds of the past so that when you two come together to build into the future, it takes off with success. You go right up the stairs. You don't have to see how she's kind of looking behind her a little bit, like watching her back or worried about the past. Disconnect from the past. And it's not saying, it's not saying slap a Band-Aid on the pain that you feel from the past. This is saying cope with it in a healthy way so you can finally release it, right? That's what we were being asked to do in Scorpio season. Now we're in Sagittarius season where we're being asked to move forward, right? And not only like eventually, swiftly, right? Action forward. But that action forward isn't going to land and propel with great like energy and zest the way it could if you truly say goodbye to like your ghosts and demons of the past, people who did you wrong, things you feel guilty about. Find a way to deal with this peacefully and ultimately like put it to rest, put it to bed, right? Close up the cycle so that you can move on with this new person who, I gotta be honest with you, Gemini, I'm digging their vibes. This feels really, really good. Potentially a Leo or a Scorpio. And because both those signs are fixed zodiac signs, again, as I was saying, this person knows what they want, so they're not just going to give their heart, their rose, their flower, their virginity, I don't know, to anybody, right? They're going to be extremely selective and in a good way stubborn about it, right? You're not going to easily sway them and change their mind. And I will be honest, that might be a point of frustration for you because you're presenting as, let's go! And this person might be like, yeah, like, let me think about it. I'll get back to you in a couple days. Like, I got a little bit going on. And that is not them giving you the cold shoulder or brushing you off. It's them being really firm in their beliefs of, I'm not rushing into this, right? So your energy is presenting interesting. You're ready to go. And this person is like, it's interesting. They're very much like earthy vibes is what I'm getting from them, like kind of rooted in the ground. They're not, a thunderstorm coming through isn't going to sway them too much because their roots are very deep. That's sort of what I'm getting here. They're looking for stability with like a capital S with an exclamation point at the end. They're looking for their soulmate, absolutely. So yeah, what's between you guys is the potential to build a new start, or I don't know if I want to say that. The potential to grow step by step, but because it's presenting as earth energy, it's going to be a slower process, okay? Let's throw a romance angel on it now. It says flirt at the bottom of the deck. I like that, especially for you, Gemini. Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Again, slow and steady. I like that card. That makes a lot of sense with... Oh, and with this too. Let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. What I was saying about protecting of the assets of the egg, protecting of your energy, your love, your heart space. There is a need to not go all in, throw all your eggs in one basket, but there is a need to open up and allow this person in. And here's the thing. I actually think the control issues I am sort of getting coming from this a little bit. It's going to take time to earn this person's trust because maybe this whole history, maybe that has to do with them, right? If this isn't resonating as your past, this may have to do with them and them wanting to rebuild and ascend, like, go up the staircase and meet you at the ball, right? It seems like that could potentially be in your future. Let's put it this way, right? Cinderella goes to the ball and knocks a few champagne glasses back, right? And it's a party. It's a good time, right? So there's the desire to move ahead rapidly with this person, but you're being asked to just think about it. Be cautious, right? Don't throw all your heart and all your energy into this person because ultimately, if it's meant to develop, it will. But again, great cards. Just little notes, right? Little notes along the way. Maybe you'll meet at a New Year's party, right? All right, let's see. So what is your advice or guidance, my Gemini friends? The Six of Cups. All right, so again, releasing sadness of the past. This might be you, right? If you're coming out of a really difficult relationship or a loss of some kind, I mean, it doesn't even have to be in terms of romantic. You could have lost a parent. You could have lost a sibling. You could have lost a child. Not predicting this, it would have already happened, but getting over a major emotional loss of some kind that has sort of eclipsed your heart, it's put you in a darker headspace. Literally, the horse is between light and dark, right? He's choosing to put his head in the dark space. If he were to lift it up, right, and look up, there's far more cups and opportunities for more joy and outlets that are going to bring happiness and also healing, right? Cups can also be healing. Because, yeah, something here is indicating there was a huge, painful experience that someone or both of you potentially went through. So, yeah, it's time to, like, close up this anguish, right? This pain, whatever's weighing on you mentally, and look optimistically to the future. And healing is a very personal process, right? That's going to happen in your own time. But if nothing else, all these wands are saying, take the steps in order to move forward in that healing. This is all about action. It's not about sitting there dreaming about it and thinking about it. This is about moving towards healing, moving towards love, moving towards something better. All right. Six of Cups. Seven of Pentacles. All right. I love this. It's like a little homage to the Black Swan. I was the Black Swan for Halloween last year. I love that movie. I love/hate that movie because it creeps me out, but very interesting. All right. So yeah, releasing the past as well as assessment of what you need to take with you into the next chapter of your life, into the next cycle. And I'll be real with you guys, probably into the new year, right? That's sort of what this is getting at. The Seven of Pentacles is it worth it? Are the seeds I've started to plant worth maintaining, worth tending to, sticking around for? Or do I want to up and leave? Do I want to move my garden elsewhere, essentially, right? It's assessing the physical, the tangible things in your life, Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, your home, your job, your health, your money, things of that sort, your relationships with people. Yeah, and the Six of Cups, as I was saying, something about rose-tinted glasses of the past, looking fondly. It's a very interesting message. So I know this isn't going to be for all my Geminis out there, but rose-tinted glasses about looking fondly on the past about someone who broke your heart, about someone who kind of made you feel like this. When I said rose tinted glasses, like boom, this came out, and this is like the rose tinted glasses card, overly sentimentalizing the past, even though this person who you clearly had some emotions or feelings for, some love for, this is ultimately how it ended. So why would you want to keep repeating that, like retelling that story in your head? It's like retelling yourself, this is my story, this is my past, but it's also my now. It's not. Like, this is your past. You can put it to rest, put it to bed, and leave it in the past and move on to bigger and better things. Like, there's a damn party awaiting you. There's a ball, there's a New Year's party, there's a Christmas party, whatever it is, right? There's more people to like interact with and mingle with. And you might just meet some sort of like divine counterpart or lover or someone in your life who it seems like I'm going to be real, like they have their shit together. It seems like they know what they want. So if you are looking for some sort of like fly-by-night opportunity, right? And that's fine, right? There's no judgment. Maybe that's what you're excited about. You just want to flirt, you want to go have a good time. If this is resonating for you, that's not what this person is looking for. I'm just going to put that out there. This person is all about stability. In fact, with Daughter of Swords, this can sometimes, with the Page of Swords, that's what this card is, that can sometimes be the spy card. And to me, that means this person is looking at you very analytically, a little bit judgmentally. And it's not in a negative way of they're picking you apart in terms of what they don't, well... It has nothing to do with superficiality of what they don't like. It's, does this person contribute to my long-term stability? Ultimately, is this the person I would marry one day? That's how they're looking at you and analyzing the little things, still learning about it. Guys, this is all about releasing your past. The Three of Swords is tricky, right? It's imbalanced headspace, right? With Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. It is a card of Libra, all about the balancing of the scales. I will say this, if this is resonating for you guys, first of all, my heart goes out to you because these are some heavy cards. I don't question that some of you have been through a really difficult situation, and this sucks. I'm sorry. But I will say it seems like your person has done their healing work, if that's the case, because just simply by the cards they're coming up as, there's strength here. There's tremendous strength and power and control of the emotions. To me, these cards are coming up in your spread, Gemini, in your tarot spread, advice or guidance. This heartbreak or pain that potentially is still weighing heavily on, again, on your heart space, but in your head, you need to release it. You need to assess it and understand what you're willing to leave behind. Staying in literally a darker headspace, right? Keeping your emotions sad, stuck. Six of Cups, which is not classically the depiction of the Six of Cups, but look at the depiction here. There's a light up ahead. Are you going to choose to look at it? It's exactly what this is saying. The horse has his head in the darkness, right? But if you were to look up, there's more opportunities, more cups that lie ahead. You're being asked to like heal your heart space, and that's going to take ultimately it's assessment, right? Of who you don't need in your life anymore, of what is no longer growing and thriving. It seems like in the past, something like the soil went sour. There wasn't any crops growing and thriving between you two or in this situation. And so something had to be like abandoned, sort of released and let go of. Ultimately, it's for your benefit though, so that you can start to build again, so that you can meet new people and have new opportunities for romantic partnership. I feel like this is happening soon. Like I am sort of getting like early January. So in the last and final weeks, right, of 2019, I almost said 2020, it would be very helpful. It would be to your benefit to really analyze in your past what you were settling for and ultimately what you still might be even subconsciously holding on to, and finding healthy ways to cope and release yourself from these burdens of the past. Burdens of the past. They're just not serving you anymore. And I know that because it's coming up as a 10. 10 is like, get this shit out of here. Like the cycle's done. We're done with this. Why are you trying to repeat history with this person? Why are you trying to hold on to something that, I'm just being honest, in the current state, it's not growing. This is like some tough love. I'm sorry, guys. I kind of got into that mode. But again, with these cards, it's just so clear to me. And even with this, the Black Swan, there's this great dynamic of like, again, duality, how we were saying dark and light. Your person is standing on both balance of the heart, right, and the head, and presenting as the sun, right? Fire and water, dark and light. With this, the idea of like, is it the Swan Queen or Swan Princess, whatever it's called? Dark and light, right? She goes from like the beautiful white ballerina to the dark, like she turns into literally like the black swan, right? Like, look, it's kind of, and we were saying it's a horror movie, right? It's kind of an intense energy. And Gemini, it's very Gemini, and it's like duality, right? There's a need to balance out your own emotions and your own thoughts. It has something to do with who you had to be with this person versus who you are now. Who you felt you had to almost perform for or put on a costume, not be your authentic self, versus it's almost like rebirthing yourself into the world. And this is the card of rebirth, and seeing the true you, again, the light. You've been living in the dark. I just keep wanting to say that. If it's not like negative lower vibrations, it's sadness. It's that your heart has been broken. You owe it to yourself to finally make like an assessment, a judgment of sorts on what you're carrying in your heart space from the past that you can release. You don't need that anymore. All right. This has been a long one. Let's throw a couple oracle cards on this for Gemini, Healing. Well, that makes sense. Beautiful card. She's got her little elixirs behind her, her magic potions, right? And you did have Queen of Wands come out, didn't you? Or maybe you didn't. I thought you did, though. I think we were calling her the Queen of Wands. All right. So yeah, do your healing. That's ultimately what this card is saying too. And then I'm going to throw one more of these on it. And I'm actually going to read you what the book says, if I can find the book. What do I do with it? Because these cards are really cool, but and I love them. The depictions are great, but like I feel like the card expresses it so much better than me explaining it to you. So I'm going to read for Gemini, the last thing Gemini needs to know for this reading. For Gemini. Oh, you did have the Queen of Wands right here. I was going to say, I knew that flew out. I don't know why I couldn't find it. Yeah, the magic potion. Do some crystal work. Do some Reiki healing, whatever it's called. Oh, you had two come out. Go the distance and deep knowing. Follow that moon with your intuition, right? I think that's the one we're going to read. And also passionate forward movement, right? You have the Eight of Wands twice. That's what that reminds me of. And where was that moon that we were talking about? That moon imagery, all about listening to your heart, doing the healing, and also working your way through cycles. All right, sorry. Ooh. So let's see. Let's read Deep Knowing, 43. 42. All right, so the relationship message. There are occasions when you just know, deep in your heart and soul, that a person is going to play a meaningful role in your life. Someone crosses your path and suddenly, out of the blue, you're connected on a level impossible to describe. That feeling marks a moment in time etched inevitably into your soul. Indelibly into your soul. Someone has entered your life who will be instrumental in your journey, so pay attention. Two hearts are calling to each other to begin an alchemical process. This is also a sign that your intuition about that person you care about is correct. Trust your heart to lead you now. Magic is about to happen. So that goes along with this card. All right, I'm going to read you the other one just because I love my Geminis. and that's what we were saying, right? Trusting your intuition and that feeling. You're going to know if it's right or not. 47, go the distance. All right. Let's see, relationship message. You either are in or calling in a harmonious relationship that can stand the test of time. For better or worse, as you ride the ups and downs and even strain, brace yourself, and are remade in new growth. You are being redeemed by the power of regeneration. Harmony does not mean there will never be a wrong note played, but the relationship is marked by endurance and dedication to overall unity. A new song can be written, an instrument can be tuned, and the symphony of love will play on. Listen to your heart. Isn't it magnificent? So that goes with this card. Sorry I botched that one. Symphonies. At the ball, Cinderella. All right, that's what I got for you, Gemini. You had a really beautiful message here. Just make sure you do your healing so that you can welcome in new love when it's presented to you. Sending you guys all the best. Happy December, happy New Year, happy Capricorn season. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what resonates for you, and I will see you very soon for more tarot. Gemini, I forgot to pull zodiac signs for you. Sorry, I'm adding this at the tail end. But I'm actually glad because there's one other thing I wanted to show you real quick. But first off, what zodiac signs want to come into this message? What zodiac signs are presenting in this tarot message here for Gemini today? For Gemini in love, zodiac signs. For Gemini in love, zodiac signs. Gemini in love. Gemini in love. Okay, there we go. So you have Scorpio, all right. And there's two zodiac signs in all these decks. Libra, or two of every zodiac sign. Leo, Virgo, and Capricorn. So you got all different ones. Interesting. Libra, Scorpio, Leo, Virgo, and Capricorn. So some of that might be strong in your chart, in your moon, and your Venus potentially. Could also be your person coming or going. You did have that Sun card come out, so I'm not terribly surprised to see Leo or Scorpio, right? Because you had Father of Cups, King of Cups, and here's what I wanted to show you. How we were saying their Sun card is presented on this beautiful balance of fire and water, of things that they've conquered, they've done the healing work, and this beautiful duality of dark and light, the black swan, right? There is still part of you, Gemini, that hasn't fully chosen to separate yourself from, I do want to say, like the monsters, the demons under the bed. The skeletons in your closet, the darkness that you still, like the Black Swan character, transitions into on occasion when you go to that darker headspace. This person is sitting on that darker energy, but they've learned to balance it. It's not that they're, again, putting a Band-Aid on it so they can rapidly move on. They've done the healing and accepted a part of them in their past has this tendency towards darkness, but they've conquered it. They've balanced it with the sun, right? They choose to see the light. You are still presenting, at least in the advice and guidance section, as the ability to switch off and on, to go from Swan Queen to Black Swan. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's learning about this part of yourself and acknowledging it, accepting it, but ultimately with your 10 of Swords, finding healthy ways to cope, right? That's going to be really important. I just thought that was like an amazing synchronicity. We're here talking about the Black Swan, and then I look down and I'm like, oh, their person has that too. So that might be something in common you have. I'm not necessarily saying using that to bond over like your darkness, but you know what? You do you, Gemini. But that's just like a really cool synchronicity. And look, they're flying overhead. This person, they're already within like your social realm, your social scape. It's interesting. Anyway, that's what I got for you guys. Let me know in the comments below what resonates. See you very soon for more tarot. Bye.